Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about this Coyote and what makes this different. Why is this not just another 10.3? Some of you guys know me from airplanes, but I've been crawling and 3D printing for a little while. I really do like this one, and I've become very familiar with crawlers. So I know what makes this different than a regular 10.3, and we're going to go over it just scrolling through the pictures. Some people are talking like, what's going on with this? They haven't seen the influencers that normally release new product videos. They just haven't got these yet. So we're going to talk about it. So now this is offered in two different packages. You've got the $349 RTR, which is typical. It's going to come with the vehicle and the remote control radio. If you don't have battery and charger, there's a version for $399 that's going to come with a battery and a little charger. If you already have a charger, I'd skip it. Just use what you have. Now, a lot of other crawlers are you can actually fit a 5000 2S or 3S in them. This one, you'll see the layout's a little bit different for the battery. And so going with the smaller one is probably going to be a good choice. Again, this is really aimed at being comp ready out of the box. Of course, there's improvements you can make with brushless and servos and things like that. But really, out of the box, you should be ready to rock. It's got portal axles, which are going to help with getting over things. Comes with a SLT2 radio. Super fantastic departure and approach angle. I mean, your tires are the first thing on, the last thing off. And there's the portal axles, which you can see really raise up the middle and are going to help alleviate some hanging up. What's cool too is that this thing has a 10% overdrive out of the box. And this is a clipless body, which is really neat. The bumpers have been redesigned for this thing too, so they are unique to this style and this narrow, tucked, and bobbed bed. You can see a little bit now some of the mechanism that allows this to be a clipless body. Now let's get more into there's a better shot of that clipless body mount from the back. It basically tongue and grooves in on the front. You could put the body post kit on here and run anybody you wanted to on this chassis. But, I just like to talk about it because the 10.3, you think you know what that means, but there's actually some real differences with the 10.3. Something like the Basecamp 10.3, the motor and transmission is very centrally located. And Kelly and I have discovered this because it's always in the way when we're wanting to do scale interiors. And this one is like that, where the motor and transmission is kind of more central. But 10.3s like the early Bronco and the CJ7, they still call it a 10.3, but the motor and transmission is more forward and a kind of a more scale type location. This has brand new boat side skid plates, which are going to help with breakover. They've been made smooth. You can see here as well, there's been a new servo tray developed for this one as well. It's going to be able to accommodate winch servos and whatnot. Fair lead molded into this newly designed bumper, which is cool. And you get a 515 receiver, which is nice to have that many channels on an RTR like this. This is the strap for the battery that now runs across the width of the chassis rather than, along it. And that's why 1300s is what they're recommending. And also I think 2200s will probably go, but I don't know yet till I know. They redesigned the cover of the spur gear to accommodate and allow for this room here in the front. Right behind the shock tower is where the battery goes, which helps with that forward weight bias, which is what you generally are going to desire when you're trying to get performance out of these things. Different shocks on this. So there's part of that tongue and groove, so to say, keeper mechanism for the front of this body. And then, of course, another shot at the battery tray. And you can, if you're familiar with this, you can tell how much slimmer profile the case for the spur gear has been made. I like it. I really do. I'm into it. Now, this is interesting. So again, I'm wanting to talk about the things that set it apart from another 10.3. So the shock set it apart. Portal axles we have seen on things like the Gladiator and the JLU. Straight axles are what you get on the CJ7 and the early Bronco. The base camp has portal axles, but the base camp kits do not. So even though they a lot of times are classified as a 10.3, there really can be a tremendous amount of differences that could help steer your decision depending on which way you want to go. This new shop tower, though, front and rear, they've been redesigned. You can see that there's loads of opportunity for adjustment in where you place these shocks, which I think is really, really cool. Again, portal axle. There's the tires you get, the Maxxis Trepidors, and they're almost in a way kind of deep dish. So they got a nice width to the track. And the picture's not here unless I get into the spare parts. But one thing of note is also that the panhard mount has been redesigned and is also adjustable. So if you had straight axles, you just simply move the change out the 2-bolt position and slide it up or slide it back. So I'm going to get into, let's see if the spare parts show me the that panhard. You can add dig to this if you wanted to. And here's a shot of these high clearance links. You can say they got the bend in them. That's what achieves that high clearance. And the part for the mechanism to make this clipless is available as well. And then there's those skid plates. But I want to see, yes, here we go. Is this going to show it well? But it's an adjustable panhard. And so it's hard to tell with it not being on the chassis, but there is the option to adjust it to, again, accommodate the geometry necessary from moving from the stock portal axle to the straight axle, which I think is cool. And it looks to be metal and beefed up, which I think is fantastic, actually. Yeah. I like it. I do. But that's really it. I just kind of wanted to go over what makes this different. So again, you've got the potential for this to be, stock out of the box, basically ready to dip your toe in comp if you wanted to. And if you're not, competition guy, I completely understand. I'm really not either. I just like the idea of performance. Now, this thing comes, like I said earlier, $350 for the RTR. You can get the blue or silver body. If you wanted the gold body, you would have to choose the one that comes with the battery and the little S120 charger. I like this. I like those tires. I like the performance aspect. I like that it's still a 10.3. I'm very familiar with them. And I know that if I were to want to dress this up with a 3D printed body, I could. All I would have to do is get the body post kit or not. A lot of times I'm not using the body post for these things anyway. So this is available very soon. It says September 17th. And again, that's less than a week away. And if you were wondering why no real fanfare on this, it's just simply because the influencers haven't got it yet. So I don't think it's to take anything away from the item itself, but just the timing of the release. So I think it's awesome. I'm going to get it. You guys want to see, my crawler buddies, you want to see, me and Kelly run that Coyote and talk about what we think about it. I do. I'm out. We're out of here in 5. Hanger Rats forever. We'll throw you later. You're too good to be forgotten. We will see you next time. Stay well. God bless y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now. Boom.